Welcome to the Renegade Income Group. So, this group is to show you how to make recurring income online in just 1 to 2 hours per day. So, I'm going to go through a few things in this video. It's just a very quick welcome video to give you an overview of what's going to happen. So, first of all, what is the Renegade Income Group? To know what the Renegade Income Group is, we've got to first define what the term renegade means. So, they have many definitions for this. The one that I've chosen to go with is the definition of a renegade being an outlaw. So, what I mean by outlaw is someone that lives life on their own terms. They do what they want, they're not answerable to anybody else, and essentially they wake up and do what they want to do in life. And this is the end goal of what I'm trying to show you here is how to make an income so you can live life on your own terms. Now, along with that, there's things like the tactics we'll use, the strategies, different positioning elements, and how we combine all of that together to actually get the result that we want. So, just simply put, this group is to show you how I have made and how you can make income online that's recurring, which means it's coming in every month. Maybe you make one sale and that's repeatedly giving you income every month, and it just requires a couple hours per day, if that. So whether you want to do this while working your own job or whatever it is, whether you want to do this for traveling, this is the strategies that you should be following. Okay, so who am I and why should you be listening to me about this? So essentially, I've been in the internet marketing space for the past 5, 6 years. In the past 3 years, I have managed to build a few income streams, which has allowed me to fulfill my passions in life, to go abroad, to study the things I want to study without being held down to a 9 to 5 job or being in an office or in one location. So again, this is the kind of route that I want to take you to live a life where you can live your passions, whatever that may be. So for example, in the past, so currently I'm in Thailand right now, and in a couple of weeks I'm going to Australia. A few years ago, I was in Bali. I trained in a Thai boxing camp. Then I was also I spent 5 months in Australia before that, all while being able to travel up and down the country. For the last 5 months, I've been in India, and staying in a few locations, going to visit different places, literally working 1 to 2 to 3 hours per day. Currently, I'm in Thailand, and in a couple of weeks, I'm going to Australia to see the Cricket World Cup. Cricket's one of my biggest passions in life, so this has allowed me to actually do those things that I thought were actually impossible before. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a few statistics on what I've done, a few of my income streams so far. Something that so you have some rough idea of what to expect here. So when I say recurring income online, I'm not talking about making you $100,000 in every month, right? We're talking more on making the extra side income that you may need to do whatever you want in life. Maybe you want to travel, maybe you want to take your family on holiday, maybe you want to go somewhere, maybe you want to spend time learning a new skill and you need the time for that. Whatever your passions are. Okay, so let me just bring up the main thing that started this all off. So about 3 years ago, I was selling LinkedIn services and just by myself and had a few issues that come up with regards to getting clients, and I wanted to find a better way. I wanted to find a way of getting income that's repeated, so month after month. The best way to do this is some kind of subscription service that you sell someone today and they still are continuing the service month by month, right? So what I decided to do is I white labeled a software. So if you don't know the word white label is, don't worry, but essentially what it means is someone else has built a software and has given me the rights or give anybody else the rights to sell it under their own brand name. So some people, you may have to do the support for it. They might handle the support. But essentially, they give you the platform, the technology. You just brand it yourself and you sell it. And this first um, software I branded under the name Torch Leads, right? It was a $99 a month lead generation software that could do a few things like send emails, get emails from LinkedIn, and I would make 60 to 65% profit on that. So for every $99 per month, I would get 60 or $65. Depending, and there are different plans. I could sell half price plans for $49, etc. But I basically get 60%. Um, in about 2 years, I grew that from 0 users to 500 sales of that product. There was roughly 470 users. I'm going to actually go into this and show you the the statistics of this. So this is the company that laid it out for me, and I'm just going to put this down. So if you see in the top right here, it says 831, right? So that's 831 dollars of revenue that I'm producing through this, right? Currently nine active subscribers to this. At its peak, about a year ago, I'm not actively pushing this anymore. I didn't do anything to this. I just let this run. At its peak, when I was actively pushing this, I had about 35 to 40 active subscribers on this, right? So imagine each are paying $99 per month. That's about $3,000 to $4,000 of income that I'm producing, and I get 60% of that as a profit. Okay, now it's 9. This is completely passive as I'm not actually doing anything at all. I don't spend a day, a second on this. Let me just go into kind of the business analytics of this. So I'll just give you an idea, right? So I started this in October 2019. That's when I first launched. I didn't push it at all, right? See, I have no sales here. Even okay, by February 2020, I have no sales. I'm not pushing it yet. When did I first get my first sales? I think it was middle of or the end of 2021, near the end of 2020, right? So around October, June 2020 is when I first started getting my first sales in. Okay, if you see here, August 2020, one, two, three, four, that's myself, five. I have 5 clients in here, right? So if we move that to a year later, August 2021, I have these are all my clients here. I don't know how many there are, but essentially they pay $99. I pay the company a commission of 35%, which so I keep the 65% profit. So essentially I'm getting about $65 per month per client here. I'm just going to go to the uh, business statistics here, where in total I made 501 sales in over 2 years. Okay, that gave a total revenue of $43,782. That's total revenue I made for this in the 2 years, right? That I made the company and I take 65% of that. In total, 472. Let's just move this about. 472 individual registered users. Now I'm going to show you how I actually got users on and what I did and how I actually made it very enticing for them to sign up for this. This is one example of this, right? And this at time, was giving me $2,000 to $3,000 a month passively coming in. The next thing I did was I'm going to show you another payment processor, and I'm going to show you my sales here. And the reason I'm showing you is just to give you an idea of what's possible, right? Why I put things together that was able to do this, and I'm going to actually teach you exactly how I did this in this group. And I'm just going to put, let's just say custom range. Let's just say for the last couple years, let's just do January 1st, 2021 to now. Today's October 10th. Let's do October 9th. So I'm going to do January 1st, 2021. 9th. Apply. So this is roughly the last 2 years or so. In this, I was selling a different product. I made roughly $20,000 in sales. Okay. Out of that, 17,000 is recurring payment. So that's every year that's coming in. It's not every month. It's a combination of every month and every year of recurring income. So this is something else I've been selling. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly what I did there. Lastly, I want to show you what else you can do. So these two were selling more software products. The last thing you can do is become an affiliate of someone with a high ticket course. So this is someone I essentially help him get leads to his landing page. All I do is I find people, get them to a landing page that's tracked, so he knows that I put someone on that landing page. When they watch his video, book a call with him, and he makes a sale. He makes a sale. I don't have to do anything. I get paid the commission. So his program is $5,000. I get paid 40%, which is $2,000 for every sale that he closes. I just have to bring the person to his landing page. That's it. Okay. So if I just put what I've done, I only started this a couple months ago, and I've actually stopped pushing this. So all this stuff that I'm showing you, I've actually stopped doing. I work on other things as well, always trying to change up what I do. Um, so in 2 months, basically, I started in June 2022 with him, and in oh, it was July. In a couple months, I brought 303 visitors to his landing page. Out of that, I had 3 sales. So it's 2 sales and 1 rebill. So that was recurring. So in total, I made him $7,500 in revenue. I took my 40%, which is 3,000 in commission that I made. Right. So this works in high ticket, low ticket, whatever range you want to go with, whatever type of thing that you want to sell. Or you don't actually have to sell this. You just have to bring people to a page. This is the power of this, right? So eventually what you can do is, I'll show you this one last software that I sell for is, okay, let's just go to payouts. This is a LinkedIn lead generation software. And again, I just had to refer people to this. I don't actually have to do any selling. I just refer people to them. And if we see here, on July 16th, 2020, my first time I got commission was $19. And I've been with them, for a couple years. And as we go down, September 23rd, 2022, which is a couple weeks back, they paid me $597.59. And if you see in the last kind of year or so, my average monthly commission has been between $500 and $600 per month. Okay, so I referred people to this software. This is purely passive. I don't actually have to do anything for this anymore. These people are already on the system. Fine, if they cancel, they cancel, but I can bring more people in. But actively now, I'm not actually doing anything. So this is literally, they're just paying me every month, putting money in my PayPal account for previous people that I refer to them. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this to give you an idea of what's possible. And when you start to add things up, maybe $500 here, $1,000 here, etc., then you can see over time as you build things up how you can get this passive income coming every month. And this works like I run a marketing agency as well. That's my main thing. This is not my main thing. My marketing agency is what gives me an actual salary every month, right? For the work I do for my agency. And so this I do on top of that. I work most of my hours in the agency. This is what I do, in 1 to 2 hours a day. And these are the results after a few years. Okay, so what is the group about? The group is about two things. It's about me showing you how to do this for yourself. And second, it's about building this community of like-minded people. So, the most value I've ever got, ever in any coaching program, was in a WhatsApp group. So I'm part of another private WhatsApp group. It's full of growth hackers. I met my current business partner in there from my agency. I've met suppliers. I've met people I've sold to, clients, all in this WhatsApp group, all by just networking with them, figuring out their issues, figuring out how I can add to the, things like that. So I encourage you to do the same here. I encourage you to, if you'd like, privately message each other, talk about this, message me, create other groups, things like that. Build the community around this, help each other. Right? There's no shortage of supporting each other. Don't think just because he's doing that he's going to take your money away from it. No. The best thing is if you can team up with each other. The most valuable contacts I've had is when we've teamed up with each other, joined forces, and then built some. Because you have your own skills, I have my skills, the other guy has his own skills. Instead of competing with each other, actually join together, and you can build something incredible. So I want you to really be encouraged to talk to each other, talk to me, send messages, ask questions to really help you here. Okay, I have one and only rule in this, right? And it's more of like your mindset and taking action. So the one rule here is always take imperfect action. I'm just going to actually write that. Always take imperfect action. What do I mean by this is if you're not 100% ready, still take action. If you're 30% ready, still take action. What I mean by taking action is maybe you need to send a message, maybe you need to make a video, maybe you need to make a post, right? Don't wait, don't spend hours and hours researching things to make this thing perfect and then only post it. Because what happens is eventually you realize you may have made the perfect post and it doesn't get the response. Now you've wasted hours and hours and hours. Right? Let's take this video, for example. Let's take this whole group, for example. I had the idea. I put a post on Facebook. I got responses. I messaged the people who responded to it, and I told them what to do. which is here's how you join. Once you join, here's how you get an invite to the group. And I made this video just now. I wrote a few notes on a piece of paper that showed how I was going to structure the video, and that's it. And I'm just recording this now, right? I didn't wait 3 days and spend hours and hours. What's the perfect script? What should I say? No, because you know people people don't relate to things that are perfect. People relate to things that are imperfect because we're all imperfect. So don't worry that you may not feel you're not good enough yet to do this thing. Okay, so always take imperfect action. There's one kind of rule to this as well, which is very important in terms of how you're going to grow your audience, how you're going to get eyeballs onto your stuff, and get people to actually buy your stuff, is you gotta make content. And what do we mean by content? Again, it's posting videos, sending messages. That's a form of content. You need to get eyeballs to what you're doing. Otherwise, how's anyone going to see what you're going to do, right? You can't. There's no other way, right? People confuse like content creation with this highly creative way of with graphics and this. It's all rubbish, okay? Content creation is just you doing a screen share and having a Google Doc open. Honestly, right? There's nothing more. I don't use any graphics. I don't use any video editing. Uh, you know, anything special towards that. I literally record me talking with my computer screen in the background on a Google Doc. No fancy PowerPoint presentations, nothing like that, right? You need to cut away all those reasons that's stopping you from creating content. You have to start creating content. It's the only way people will respond to you. And I found this. This is a hard and fast rule that I've learned. Every time I post something or every time I make content, you get a response, a positive response. Every time I don't make content, I'm wondering, why is there nobody responding? Why is there nobody reaching out to me? Why am I not getting business? As soon as I put a post up there or make a video, people start, oh, I want to hear more. I want to do this, right? They need to see your stuff. They need to see it regularly as well. I'm going to give you instructions later about how the types of content to produce, but just generally, you need to be thinking, how do I add? How do I give value? How do I teach something? How do I explain something? How do I make someone's life better through my teachings, right? It's always about adding value. You don't ask for anything. Just keep giving, 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 giving. That's how you generate some trust. Okay. So this is just a very brief introduction over what it is. Any questions you have, you can ask me. I would like to have a call with anybody here, just for half an hour, even less if you like, just to get an idea of what you're trying to achieve. Anything I can help you with specifically, because everyone's different. So I'm probably leave my calendar here. Let's book a call. Everyone gets for joining this group, you get half an hour with me to begin with, and we can go over kind of strategy. Okay, that leaves us with your action plan for today, for this video. Every video ideally will have some action that you have to take. Okay, so this is your first mission. Okay, now your first mission is based on finding out what your ideal audience is feeling, what they want. You can't sell something to someone if you don't know what they're thinking, what they're feeling, right? It's impossible. So let's say you're selling a product now. And by the way, everything I'm going to explain to you are things that if you're already selling a service, you can use for that. You don't have to sell what I tell you to sell. If you're already doing a service, you can just use these same strategies there, right? If you're not selling anything right now, if you don't have anything to sell, then book a call with me. Then we can figure out, based on your interests, based on your passions, what are good things to sell, and we can do that over a call. Okay, so if you don't have anything, then you won't be able to do this first mission yet. But just book a half an hour with me, and we'll be able to work that out together. If you do have something to sell, or you know roughly who your target audience is or your product or service, then this exercise is extremely important. Okay, it's called a value proposition canvas. Now it's two halves. Okay, this box here is your value proposition, and this circle here is your target audience. Now I'm just gonna make my smaller. Okay, so left is your value proposition, which is the thing that you're selling, the thing that you can help people with, and the right is your customer audience, or a specific segment of an audience. Now we're going to start on the right here. Now before I go into this, the best way to do this is to write it out on a piece of paper. Okay, something like this. Draw it out. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I drew mine out here. I have put an example here. This is a picture of that. If you see, look, I've just created a box here, circle here. There's no straight lines here. This is the best way to actually think about, because it will just come to your brain a lot more easier. If you type it out, I don't recommend that because your brain won't be able to think as well. And this exercise, it won't take you long. It'll take you 10 minutes. And as you start to write things, more things will come to your mind. But you just draw it out. Just look at this picture, draw it out like this, and just go ahead. Now I'm going to explain how to do this. You start here with customer jobs on the right here, okay, in the circle. What are the customer jobs? Customer jobs are, and I'm going to give you a document that explains step by step how to do this as well, so don't worry, you'll get access to this. But customer jobs are essentially what are the things the customer has to do. So your customer being your client, your audience, what are they kind of social or daily, fundamental things that they have to do to get the result they want, or maybe in their service, right? What are they doing? So you got to list like, okay, maybe they're a sales manager, maybe they have to generate leads, they have to manage their team, etc., etc. All the things that your target audience are doing. Okay, so start with that. Just list them out here, and you can always look at this for reference. Then you got to go into your pains. This is your customer's pains. So, what are the pain points that arise from these jobs that they're doing? So, if their job is managing a team, maybe a pain point is they struggle to motivate people who aren't doing well. Okay, maybe it's they're getting too much pressure from their superior that their team isn't performing, whatever, right? So as many pain points as you can, just let it flow. There's no right or wrong answer in this exercise. Just let it flow. Just it's a brain dump. Okay, then you go into the gains. Now the gains are, what do they hope to gain from doing these jobs? Okay, so let's go again. A sales manager, what does he hope to gain? He hopes to gain more sales. Okay, obviously he hopes to gain a streamlined process where his team just work without him needing to do anything. What is like kind of what does he want out of doing these jobs, right? What does he want to gain? So once you've listed that, then you go into the the box here, okay? And now let's just say you have your product or service, whatever that is, right? The first thing you need to do is come up with pain relievers. So basically, how does your product or service relieve the pain for your audience? Right? So maybe yours is like, okay, we generate you more leads, so we remove the time you need to grow your business. Whatever it is, however many pain relievers. So I've got some here, right? Removes frustration that nothing is happening. Stops you from briefly being unknown. So it stops you from being unknown. So my handwriting is really messy here. Um, Using no complicated technology, keeping everything streamlined. Prospects aren't annoyed at you, and you won't feel slimy. These are kind of like pain relievers that I have, right? Then we move on to gain creators. So these are relieving. The bottom here is to relieve pain. The top is what to create a benefit for them. So then you list the benefits that your product and service provides. Again, brain dump. That mine would be saves times, grows your audience fast, predictable income, quick to implement. These are benefits that my product service is doing. Like I said, no right or wrong answer. Just complete this exercise 10 to 15 minutes. Write it out on a piece of paper like this. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be neat, etc. Um, if you're struggling with this, let me know, and I can give you more instructions on this. But there will be another document as well. Okay, cool. This concludes this video. And essentially, look, guys, it grows over a period of time, right? But the efforts you make today, in 2 to 3 months, this will build up, and soon enough, eventually you'll make $1,000 passively, 1,500, 2,000, etc. And then you've got something to do whatever you want with that extra income. And this is the whole point of how you're getting there. It took me a few years to work this out myself. A lot of testing different methods, failing in different areas. So what I'm going to teach you are things that actually have worked for myself. So thank you guys for watching. This concludes the video. Any questions, let me know. And I wish you all the best on this journey.